What is up, guys? It is Riotz, and today we are going to do the top 10 things that should be in Destiny 2. We're going to start off right away with number 1, and that is rare exotics plus the strike exotics. So what happened in year 1 was there was many exotics such as you might know as the Galahorn, the Thorn, the Fourth Horseman, exotics like that would take weeks, even months to get. And I am really hoping with the launch of Destiny 2 that exotics like this are going to be back. Because the Galahorn, yes, it was overpowered in a way, and yes, it caused problems with strikes, but then with fixing their problems with like the raids and like parties and all that, I think the Galahorn will be a lot better because more people will be able to get stuff like that. And what started to happen with year 3 is all the exotics were just quests that you could look up or find online, and it would take like one little like daily heroic mission and you would have an exotic, and everyone could get that. It wasn't like it was rare or anything, and that's the thing that really made year 1 and 2 of Destiny like super fun for me, is that you could go in and you could play strikes over and over and over and over until finally you got that one chance and you would get a Fourth Horseman drop and you would freak out. Or you would play Nightfalls over and over, do all the raids, and then once you got that Galahorn, if you watched any Destiny like exotic reaction videos, they're the funniest thing because people freak because it's so rare to get, and that was one of the main things that was enjoyable, was grinding for that. But with year 3, you kind of could just spend a couple days, get the exotics out of your quests, and that was it. It wasn't anything really after that. And that's what bothered me, and I'm hoping that they bring back the year 1-2 exotics for Destiny 2, which would be awesome. Okay, number 2. This is going to connect down to a point later on, but number 2 is the No Land Beyond. Yeah, you're probably like, why is this a main thing that should be in Destiny 2? But as you probably noticed by this gameplay that's in the background, you have 2 primary weapons. You have your elemental and your kinetic weapon, but the thing is, your heavy is your sniper. That's why the No Land Beyond could be a game changer for Destiny 2, because sniping is going to be very hard, and especially for people that like to do sniping gameplays a lot like me, it's going to be very difficult to snipe unless you have a No Land Beyond where you get your primary ammo. So, and they've already announced Trials is coming back. So if Trials is going to come back, there's not going to be sniping, but if you got good enough with the No Land Beyond, it could change things up a little. And that's why I think No Land Beyond should be in Destiny 2. And yes, some of these opinions in this video are opinionated or things that I think should be in it, but a lot of it I think will be in Destiny 2. Okay. Now, number 3 is connecting to the No Land Beyond point and the whole new PvP system that you can see right here. And that is competitive Destiny. As you can see in this new game mode countdown, there is 4 people on each side, and they said they changed all game modes to 4 people. Which, if you look at games like Call of Duty, there is 4 people on each team in the competitive. If you look at CSGO, there's 5 people on each team in competitive. So we're talking, they're changing it to where it's not like 6 people, very chaotic. It's more controlled, and on a competitive PvP side, more understandable. So with this, they have made major changes to the balance of PvP, considering you have 2 primaries and you can't just spam nades. Yes, you can still have nades and like your supers and stuff. Your supers don't last that long. Your nades are not as like OP. So that is a lot of changes that could ultimately lead to a competitive Destiny side, which would be awesome, because I really would have wanted that in Destiny 1, but there's no way. But the thing is, if they will do that in Destiny 2, they have to figure out a system that there's not like exotic like powered, like where everyone has the same balanced amount of weapons and weapon powers to choose from, which I don't think would be hard to do. Okay, now number 4, as you will always remember, number 4, there is always a guy that comes every week during Destiny 2, or not Destiny 2, but Destiny 1. He would come every week, sell exotics. He would sell an exotic weapon, exotic armor for each subclass, or not subclass, but class, and then he would sell, and it would all be for strange coins and stuff like that. So, yes, you probably remember Xur, and I really hope for Destiny 2 Xur comes back, because that gives that balances the exotics a little more too, and it gives you the chance for the exotics that, like, you know, drop like in Nightfalls and stuff. That gives everyone a chance to get some exotics, which is a good thing, you know. So that's why I think Xur will be back, is because if they're really on this train of balancing the game out to make it fun for everyone and everyone to get things, Xur was one of those things that was in Destiny 1 that did not need change. So that's why I think Xur will be in Destiny 2. And now, number 5, the biggest question, the light system. Because, as you know, by most of the previous 4 Destiny 2, we've got our light taken away as Guardians, you know? The Cabal have came in and they've taken the light because they did not believe we had deserved the light, and they did. So, with that being in the thing, how will our light system after we hit the max level work? Because, as you know, between year 1, year 2, and year 3, it's changed many times. And I started to enjoy the year 3 like one where all the infused and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. But I also thought many of the year 1 and year 2 stuff was, but it's going to be very confusing. Like, I know there will be a light system, but I don't know how it will work, because it could be changed on so many levels for this game, considering there's no light or stuff like that. Okay, and now on to number 6, and that is puzzling raids. Yeah, I'm really hoping they bring back the puzzle and the difficulty that raids had before, because before, raids would have, they would take forever to do, and like Crota's end raid, that you had to figure out so many puzzles and certain ways to do it, and there was multiple ways to do it, and it took long times, hours and hours and hours. And then once it got to the Taken King raid, it was they were kind of on that thing where, like, oh, not as many people are doing the raids because they're not able to do it because it's more difficult and you need a more advanced fire team. So they were like, oh, you can't really do, sorry, but you're not going to be able to, well, we're going to make this to where everyone can do the raid and it's more simple. But the thing was, I thought the Taken King raid was a lot more simple to do throughout the whole thing than some of the older raids that had more difficult puzzles, which I'm hoping they bring back more of the puzzling factor. Because on like the Taken King, it was more just knowing, having your weapons and shooting and knowing where to be. When on this one it was more, on the old ones it was more advanced, like Vault of Glass, shooting all the oracles, why shooting the Templar, why having the shield carrier, all that was much more intense and complicated and made for a much more enjoyable experience, in my opinion. Okay, so now on to number 7, which they've already announced, or kinda announced, that there's going to be some year 1 exotics that come back, and one of those I would hope would be the No Land Beyond, but it's possible that they're going to bring back some other ones. But the thing is, I'm hoping that for Destiny 2, one of the things that will be implemented is not as many year 1 exotics, because I would like to see brand new exotics, brand new perks on them, not like a reskinned, renamed exotic from year 1. I would really like to see like a completely refurbished game, like, because if they're really changing all this balancing stuff and they start bringing in year 1 guns, they're going to mess up some of the balance on the stuff they have on year 2. And if they're really working on this balance of the game, they make completely new year 2 guns that are balanced with the game that they have already created, with the normal legendary weapons, the rare weapons, all that. That's why I think that in year 2 or Destiny 2 it should be implemented that there is not as many year 1 exotics, but hopefully No Land Beyond, so I can run that primary exotic sniper. Okay, and now on to number 8, and this connects to the competitive side, and that is that private match should be in Destiny 2, because it did take them a long time to add it to Destiny 1, and yeah, it was a really cool feature that they added. But if they're really working on this balancing, and as it looks like it is very possible for a competitive side to be in Destiny 2, they will definitely need another private match system so that you can do scrims, all that sort of stuff, game battles, all that sort of stuff in Destiny 2. Because there was some Destiny 1 game battles. It wasn't like competitive, but it was game battles for fun and private match. So if they're really working on this whole balance, they're going to want to bring in private match if they're going to bring in competitive, which has not been announced or anything, but it's looking as if it will be. Okay, and that is on to number 9, as they have announced that it's not going to be only Nightfall strikes, patrol bounties, all that in the new world, like patrol bounties. That was all there was really to do in the open world Explorer. It wasn't really open world, but you know what I mean, like explore in the world. That's all they that you could do. But now this year they announced that there's going to be secret areas, secret bosses, all that sort of stuff, which is super exciting about Destiny 2. But what I'm hoping is, like the Nightfall, how you could get exotics after doing it over and over and countless times. You could get super rare exotics, PS4 exclusive exotics, all that sort of stuff. I'm hoping that with these new secret areas, that there will be secret quests, secret stuff like that to get exotics through these secret bosses and secret areas in the world. And that's would be really, like, it'd be something that anyone can do, but it's also something that, like, you have to put time into, which would be something else to do in your time other than just the normal raid stuff, because after a while it is going to get kind of stale doing the same raid over and over. But I'm hoping they have plenty of DLC that keeps coming along, which will keep the game going, because that's what kind of Destiny 1 had a problem with. It was not consistent enough, add-ons and all that, where people would quit after a certain period of a certain add-on because it was just not enough to keep them going until the next add-on. Okay, and that goes straight into number 10, and that is cool looking armor, because that's just what I think should be in Destiny 2. Because, as you know, probably like some of the Taken King and Iron Banner armor from like year 3, if you looked at like the Hunter hood, it went from like the wolf on your head from that Iron Banner before to now like this pointy cape looking thing that was so ugly I would not wear it anything. It would always go automatically to infuse. And there was Titan armor for a long time that looked ugly, all this stuff. I'm really hoping that with the new Destiny 2 that they work on making the characters look awesome, and making some armor that looks absolutely insane, because that gives you something to always work for. Because if the armor's good and it looks good, you're going to want it. You're going to keep going for it and grinding for it. That gives you something always to do in the game. And that's why I really think that really awesome looking epic, exotic, legendary armor should be implemented into Destiny 2. And that is the top 10 things that I think should be in Destiny 2. And let me know if you have any other ideas in the comments, and also make sure to tweet this out at Bungie if you agree with me, or any of the ideas I have in this agree with me. Tell me what you are most excited for in Destiny 2 in the comments, and make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more Destiny 2 content when it gets closer. I already have betas pre-ordered. I might do a beta giveaway if you guys want that. But have a great rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm out. Peace.